So, after meeting the 超级秋小彩虹, aka District Attorney FANIWILLIS, in the previous episode, in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how she might have ruined her entire career, live on national television. Now, some of you may be wondering, what in the hell does her personal life have to do with this Trump case? Here's the thing. If you're gonna go after someone as ruthless and as powerful as Donald J. Trump, you better be beyond reproach, son. In fact, you better have zero skeletons in your closet, as you can be for damn sure that Team Trump will be there ready and waiting with a shovel in hand to dig them up. So with that in mind, in this trial, Team Trump's objective is to prove that FANIWILLIS was already romantically involved with her male companion, aka Nathan Wade, before she even appointed him lead prosecutor on the Trump RICO case. And according to the Georgia Code of Ethics, a public official employed by the state is not allowed to give or receive any gifts over $75 from someone that they have a business relationship with. And if they do, they must report it. In addition to that, they're not allowed to enter into any relationship that might compromise their judgment and be a conflict of interest. Because if either one of these policies are violated, then they must recuse themselves from the business dealing immediately. So keep this in mind as you watch this episode, because if Team Trump can prove any of this beyond reasonable doubt, then Trump's RICO case will be postponed, or even worse, thrown out altogether.
You better be careful.
I understand your testimony. There was no romantic relationship with Mr. Wade until early in 2022, whether it be January or February or March, early in 2022, correct?
I would say sometime between February and April. Yes, sir.
Now I'm asking you about that time period when it became romantic. You didn't see the need, if I understand, to tell any of the people on the prosecution team when you had established a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade that the lead prosecutor, the man that was basically giving orders to others, was dating or having a romantic relationship with you, correct?
I never tell people at work who I'm dating.
So she kept this relationship from her coworkers who were working on this Trump case, and her only explanation is, I never tell people at work who I'm dating. Homegirl, you are not dating some random person on the street. You are dating your lead prosecutor. So maybe you might want to give people a heads up, dog.
Just a suggestion.
When did your romantic relationship with Miss Willis begin?
2022.
When in 2022?
Early 2022.
But you two met at an October 2019 judicial conference, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So there you have it. Both of them saying that they were together in 2022. And this part is very important because not only did they have a written testimony, but they just said this in open court under oath. And keep in mind that the Trump RICO case started its investigation in 2021. And it was FANIWILLIS herself who appointed Nathan lead prosecutor on this case. So the fact that the relationship began while they were already working on the case, although it's inappropriate, it isn't really a serious violation. It's just kind of frowned upon. But here's where she made her first mistake. You see, one day after she appointed Nathan Wade as the lead prosecutor on the Trump case, Nathan filed for divorce from his wife of 30 years. That means FANIWILLIS was Nathan Wade's Xiao San because she was dating him while he was still technically legally married.
You done fucked up now.
Also this week, District Attorney FANIWILLIS was served a subpoena to testify in Wade's divorce case.
She's accused of an improper relationship with a fellow prosecutor, and she's being ordered to appear at his divorce proceedings.
God damn. So it turns out this all got kicked off because Nathan Wade's soon-to-be ex-wife pulled up some receipts. Now let's see exactly what these receipts said.
And so all of the vacations that she took, she paid you cash for.
Yes, ma'am.
And you purchased all of these vacations on your business credit card, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you included those in deductions on your taxes, correct?
No, ma'am.
No, you did not.
Oh, you
No, ma'am.
idiot.
So the only thing that you have actual documentary proof, not cash, is this one receipt that you attached to the affidavit. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I object to that question. That is a mischaracterization of the assertion that is in the affidavit.
I'm asking.
So what you can see here is that his lawyers are getting super sketchy because they realize that Team Trump has got Wade backed into a corner.
Asking.
Then he can deny it. I think he can defend for himself.
Is this the only written proof that you have of a trip she paid for?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me, what other receipts do you have then that show that she paid for things?
I don't have them.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And with this, Nathan went on to reveal that they took trips to California, they took trips to Tennessee, all over the United States. But maybe there's a plausible explanation. Maybe they were just having a couple of business trips, 对吧？可能是大家都误会了哦。
He initially paid for that.
For Aruba, yes, ma'am.
So did you pay him back?
For the cruise and for Aruba, yeah, I gave him his money before we ever went on that trip.
So they went not only across the United States, they went international, yo. They went on cruises.
You gave him cash before you ever went on the trip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can't identify when you came into this cash or where the cash came from.
I didn't say I couldn't identify it. No, nobody gives me anything. I am sure that the source of the money is always the work, sweat, and tears of me. I know I gave him $2,500 when we went to Belize. I know that the Aruba trip, the one that you described with his mom, I think I gave him about $2,000 for that trip for like total.
So remember what I told you about the code of ethics at the beginning? Anything over $75 and you have to report that. You have to have receipts, dog. And Fanny gave him cash, which means there's no record of this entire thing?
Some fuckery's going on.
Now, although Nathan is a private citizen with a private law firm, Fanny is a very public official appointed by the state. And she filed none of this information with the government's office, which marks her second mistake. But this next mistake takes the cake, yo, as she abandoned a good friend who coincidentally she confided all of her secrets in.
Are you certain that Miss Willis told you about the romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Now, did you also have observations of Mr. Wade and Miss Willis together prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And are those observations, were those in a social setting?
Yes.
And did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, just affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
That's all I have.
This is a very crucial point because according to this witness's testimony, Fanny and Nathan have been involved since 2019, which not only predates the Trump RICO case, but it also infers that their relationship might have been the reason for Nathan's divorce. And all this could possibly even be a direct violation of Georgia law. But here's the thing, this witness's testimony is all hearsay. Fanny could deny all of it because basically, it's her word against Robin. But this next witness is where lawyer logic kicks in into overdrive.
My question was, is this accurate? Upon information and belief, Willis and Wade met while both were serving as magistrate judges and began a romantic relationship at that time. And you wrote, no, that it was municipal court.
Okay, so I answered to Bradley's second. Mr. Chopra has risen.
All right. Your Honor, I do have one purpose here, and that purpose has now been met. Any information that Mr. Bradley may possess would, in fact, have come from his representation of Mr. Wade. This falls within the purview of his divorce proceedings, which, as we testified earlier, commenced in December of 2018. There's no pierce or shield associated with it, and so we would say that under Rule 1.6, we should not be compelled to give any further information.
So the black dude is Terrence Bradley, who is not only Nathan Wade's divorce attorney, not only Nathan Wade's good friend, but he's also Nathan Wade's business partner in their law firm. And the guy standing up doing the talking is Terrence's lawyer, who is trying damn hard to keep Terrence from answering the question regarding text messages, which could confirm exactly when Nathan and Fanny began their relationship. And as you can see, he's arguing that this information was exchanged between the two under attorney-client privilege. This is where Team Trump earns all the money that Trump is paying them, because they're about to argue another angle. Since these guys were business partners, that there wouldn't be any privilege between the two.
Mr. Bradley would have to consistently assess on his own, unless I'm jumping up and objecting for him, whether or not this came within his knowledge based on his representation. I can say based on the phrasing of the question from Ms. Merchant, it would in fact come within information obtained from his partner.
So it's all about the phrasing
associated with the activity in question.
Sure, got it.
So for this question particularly, Judge, we would ask that you find that there has been a waiver of the attorney-client privilege because Mr. Wade testified to something directly different than what this witness, we believe, has heard.
Mr. Wade testified as to when they met. That is not the entire substance of the text message that
And began the romantic relationship.
Yes, he did not testify that they were serving as magistrate judges when they began a romantic relationship.
And he testified differently.
So the woman in black represents the state. And as you can see, there's a little bit of heated conflict between these two. And this went on for an entire 30 minutes, dude. So after this, the judge decided to hold a private meeting between him, Terrence, and Terrence's lawyers to review the text messages and decide exactly what they want to do. But we probably won't hear a ruling until sometime next week. But it seems these text messages just might be the smoking gun that Team Trump needs to blast a hole through this case and see Trump going free. Not only that, but if this is proven to be true, then FANI could be facing perjury charges, bribery charges, and most importantly and scarily, a visit from the IRS.
Fuck.
Of course, she'll be taken off the Trump case, a case that she spent 2 years building her career on. And the most ironic part about this is that FANI tried so hard to boost her career and feed her vanity by insisting that this case be broadcasted live on television so that everyone could see Trump being embarrassed in real time. But clearly, this backfired. It only ended up embarrassing FANI, her boyfriend, and the entire State Department in the process, exposing all her dirty secrets to the world.
Did that go the way you thought it was gonna go? Nope.
But what do you guys think? Do you think the judge will rule in her favor or rule against her? Because there have been rumors that FANI and this judge are a little bit buddy-buddy. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace!